Alright, here we go. This is the new tires that I have on my Yamaha FZ09 2014. The original stocks are gone. I had to put on some Pilot Power tires. They have a natural heel in it, and then you lean, it automatically wants to lean. So these are way better than stock tires that it came with. I bought it used, and when I bought it specifically for the engine. So I knew I had my work cut out for me from there, because coming off an R3, 2015 R3 Yamaha, and then buying a Yamaha FZ09, I knew I wanted something that was going to last, and when it comes to learning how to ride it. So I decided to go with a used 2014 FZ09. Well, with 1,200 miles, I didn't think I was going to have that much of a problem, but when I got it, right off the bat, there was something wrong with the forks. Whoever had it before me messed around, and I guess he popped some wheelies and stuff, so the bearings were loose and all that. So that was under warranty. That took care of some things. But when I got the bike back, it was close to winter, and I didn't get a chance to really do much. Maybe I put maybe 100 miles on it. But anyway, at the beginning of the season, this time around, I rode a few times in the rain. I knew I needed some new tires then. I didn't like the way it felt. So I went ahead and just took care of all the cosmetics after I bought it over the winter, and I just kept putting stuff on it. But I knew my ultimate goal was to get the internal part done. So I kept doing some research on Long Island on how I was going to look at getting the research done. So I messed around, and I went to a place called Powerhouse Motorcycles, where they do dyno testing and tuning and fine-tuning the bike and stuff like that. Well, I met a guy named Frank, and I decided to leave it with him 3 weeks ago and let him do the internals and make it his bike. If it was his bike, what would he do with it? So he went ahead and understood that you had to release the ECU, unleash that power of the ECU. You know, I had put on a G2 throttle onto my bike, and I just couldn't wait to see what that would do once I had the ECU released, and have it dyno-tuned for each gear up to 6. Later in the video, you'll see exactly what the dyno tuning was all about when it comes to each gear and how it really brought out the bike. I'm really happy right now. I mean, I can't believe how, you know, on the outside she might look good, but when you get on it, it really kicks. I mean, it rides like a brand new bike. It's like a brand new bike. I just can't understand why Yamaha, I guess I could, because they have these emissions tests and all that when it comes to making these bikes. And now with the ECU completely done up, there's no more of that. I mean, power is unleashed. First gear, second gear, third gear. Now I just got to find me a place where I can actually get loose on this and let it go and see what fourth and fifth gear feels like, and just ride this beast. Now you can see the sound in the back. Fire department's going to work. Anyway, let's get to the next part of this and let you understand more about the dyno tuning that I got done with this bike. So I'll be back.
And we've got the ECU Unleashed Tune File Flash going on. Okay, here's the good stuff. All right. So your bike, as it was brought into me, that was the horsepower it was making on my dyno. SAE, 106.2 rear wheel horsepower. You can see The horsepower coming up here. At 10, it seems to hit a brick wall. Okay. Torque, 60.23. Torque very flat right here. All right. Now,
I felt all
after
that.
the ECU flash, okay, this is where we are now. We're at 111 horsepower, and we're at 63.13 foot-pounds of torque. But you don't really get to see what's going on until you start overlaying the grass. Here's your new horsepower over your old horsepower.
Gotcha.
Look what's happening.
Yeah.
You see what happened?
It's a lot smoother looking.
Look at this.
See, no drop off.
This is the old. Look at this.
Yeah, no. Look at that. No drop off.
Look at this. Your bike sings all the way to almost 12 grand now.
I didn't feel that.
Okay?
Yeah.
It ain't going to die here anymore.
That.
It's going to keep on going.
I felt the dying.
You know, actually, the peak horsepower is now up at 10.5 instead of, you know, being at 10 and then that's it. Then it's over.
Right.
And when you look
that's what I felt.
When you look at the torque, you see sort of the same thing going on.
Big time. I felt all that red line. I felt all the red lines.
I mean, your peak torque is sort of in the same spot, but that's a result of cams and head design and exhaust and all the rest of that.
But look at the drop off.
Look at this. But this bike is going to pull all the way out now. And then if we take everything and put it all on one page just to confuse you, there's your before and after torque and horsepower.
Like I said, that red line was what I was feeling. I couldn't stand it.
Oh, the 10 grand?
Oh,
well,
man.
I can't wait to see you, you know, if you're going to bring that bike past the... I mean, now I would be shifting this bike at around 11 if I was
That's
racing.
what I want to hear. So we're shifting it around 11.
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
I don't want to know how it runs after you ride it.
No,
like I said,
you're the godfather of this bike.
If you like what I did, please tell your friends that ride.
No.
If there's something you don't like, please let me know. I mean, FZ09s are not my specialty, but Dyno-tuned.
Well, this one will be.
And ECU flashing definitely is.
Right.
This whole folder is yours.
Great, great, great.
All right, and I'd like to get some feedback from you.
Good job.
Let me bring the bike around.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
So this is what we got right here. This is the place you come to understand more about your bike. He really loves bikes. He loves them. He's going to love this one. I'm going to be bringing it back regularly when it's due for service. So this is my